is just the it's called an easy reach.
Yeah, Easy Reach. That's the one that I saw. Hmm.
That has two wooden shelves on it. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just got two wooden shelves that sit in here and sit in here, and they screw down to the bottom of each shelf, and they turn. Those are fine.
Right, they're just not movable. They're just basically shelves, and you open up
Well,
a.
they turn. There's a shelf that sits on it, and it turns.
Oh, I see. I see.
But the old style, it has a bar that goes through, and it's a rotating shelf. They've modified it to where it's now easier. It's actually mounted to the shelf itself, not to the bar, so it holds up a lot better.
Got it. It's basically the rotating element is on a shelf instead of just a little bar. Got it. Got it.
So yeah, I'm fine with those. The 36 is probably going to be more useful than the 36. But I mean, I think you're fine of carrying.
So would you say 1 out of 3 people or 1 out of 3 kitchens would need it? Is that about right?
I'd probably say 1 out of 4 or 5.
So we could go lower with the 36 then?
Yeah, I'd probably drop it a little bit.
Keep the 33 high and the 36 a little lower?
Yeah.
Like 10 maybe, or 8?
Yeah, I think you'd be fine with 8. And see if you saw more than 36s, then, on your next order, you'd switch and carry a little more 36.
Right.
But
right.
there's not a 33 that won't work or a 36 that won't work. Your 36, if your 33 is going to work, I mean, you just make your cabinets to the left and right a little bigger, then it eats up that space. So I like the 33. I've used 2 of the 33s in the last 2 weeks.
Got it.
Trash cabinets don't need a 21 or a 24. You want a 15 and an 18. A 15 will hold a single trash can, an 18 will hold a double.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got it. Mm-hmm.
And
how many kitchens do? How many?
I love them, and most people want them. I would probably. Now, this is the thing. He doesn't have to give you a cabinet. He just has to give you the hardware, the trash can, and the pieces for it. You don't need a special cabinet. You can use a regular 18 and a regular 15.
Oh.
So he just needs to give you the hardware and the trash can. So that's all you need.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
And he does carry them. We're actually looking at using 15s on a project. So he's already researched it. He's got everything lined up.
Yep, I'm making notes of that. That's a very good suggestion, because that saves us weight, right? If we don't need to.
Oh yeah, it uses the regular base 18 and the base 15. It's a 35 gallon, or it might be a 31 gallon trash thing for the 15 and a 35 for the 18, if I'm not mistaken. But the 18 can handle 2 trash cans. The 15 handles a trash can and a compartment where you can put the trash back.
Do you have any favorite over the other? Let's say the 15 versus the 18?
No, not really. It's all on what your space is going to allow. Mm-hmm. I'd use a 15. If I couldn't put anything but a 15, I'd use a 15. Most people like the double more, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, you either have 15 inches or you got 18 inches. So, I mean, it's all on how you lay your kitchen out.
Got it. So for 80 kitchens, let's say we got 80 kitchens out of the container, you would probably say 40-40 then? Is it 40?
I would carry at least, let's see, you got 80 kitchens.
Or 60-60?
I would do 2018s and I carry 2015s, man. I think you'd be fine carrying 40 because all you're carrying is the hardware and the trash cans.
Yeah, let's put that number in there. That would be great, John. Put just
And the hardware over here retails. If you buy the hardware and the trash cans, I can tell you exactly what it sells for over here. I want to say the new log back in real quick. I'll show you 15 and 18.
Thank you, John.
So this would be a 15 and this was 19.
Oh, what did I do?
That's an 8.
Yeah, that's the double one.
And that's a 34 quart trash cans too. And the 15 is a 35 quart one and a holder for your trash. But I love them, man. Because I mean, and the thing about it is, your 15 sells for about $100 for the hardware, and your 18 sells for about $105 for the hardware. That's just the hardware. That's not the cabinet and the hardware.
Right. Just the hardware. Yep.
So if you can get you a cabinet, let's see, your cabinet's running 70 and 60. If you come in at all in at 110, you can sell it for 250. All right, that's a good sell.
But the 250, is that an install price, like including the install, right? Because we're selling it wholesale, right? Does it matter?
Here, I can tell you what I would sell it for. Give me 1 second. Of course, if it's primed, it's going to be a little cheaper. If it's painted the white, like y'all were talking about,
Yep.
a normal all wood cabinet is going to run here in 1 second. My computer's on a little slower. Wholesale price over here, not sold to the public, would be around $250 to me, for me to buy it from a supplier around here. And if I was going to sell it, I'd sell it for about $386.
And is that for both the 15 and the 18, or are they a little different?
You're looking at your 15's about $10 cheaper.
Oh yeah, so that's the same. Yeah. That's the same. That's not much difference. Yeah, no, that's totally clear. I think we can move on from the trash cabinets. I think that's very good to know. That's awesome.
All right. Blind bases. You got 24 inches of dead space. You usually have to put a 3-inch filler in a corner, so that's 27 inches. So if you think about it, if you wanted a 12, that'd be a 39, and a 42 is about all I would carry. That's going to carry you, let's see, that's going to carry you a 12-inch corner and a 15-inch corner. So I wouldn't carry anything more than a 39 or a 42. I'd get rid of the rest.
Got it. Clear. In terms of numbers, John, in terms of how often do you see a blind-based cabinet? Let's say if you have 80 kitchens,
to be honest with you, I can't stand them. I don't see them that often because what happens is it's so far back that a lot of people forget they put shit back there, they don't use it, or they store it and never to be seen again. I mean, I would keep it at 4 and 4. I'd each carry 2, and I think you'd be fine with that. If you got people that ask more, because it's unused, it's totally unused space.
Right.
You got to crawl over what you put at the front to get to it.
That's right. And John, let's say if we had to skip any type of cabinets, this might be the first.
That would be the cabinet.
Right? Because you could potentially also just use a regular cabinet for it if we had to, right?
Right. I mean, worst case, you're using a 12 or a 15, which gets you the space you need to use. The blind cabinet, a lower blind cabinet is one of the most unused cabinets other than collecting crap.
But it could provide support to a heavy countertop, maybe?
No, you build a small little wall. So if you got a blind corner, so one wall you'll have your ledger on, and then you'll have I'll show you. I got another picture. I'll show you. So let's see. So on this, so this is a blind corner, okay? It would have a ledger board that run across the back, and then we would build a small little 2x2 or 2x4 wall here, and that would be it. And then we would have a skin that runs across the front.
Yep.
A lot of people will run a 2x4 wall down this, and so you got support here anyways, and you just run a small ledger back here. That's it. So I'm to be very honest, I don't think you'll hurt by not carrying blind corners at all.
Okay, that was our initial thought, but it's good to hear that from you because we were not 100% sure whether we had to carry them.
I hate blind corners. The only one that might be good to carry a couple is your uppers. That's it.
Okay. What is a DSB? I didn't know what DSB was.
DSB 33. I don't know what he's calling a DSB.
Okay, never mind. It's not because, if we don't know it, then...
He sometimes labels stuff that I don't even... you don't need it.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't see that you would need it.
Yeah, we can remove that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll remove it. Yeah. So, so what are you thinking of the pantry and the utility cabinets? How often do people want that?
Quite often, because the nice thing about it is your pantries you can also use you can use them in your bathroom, you can use them in, there's so many places you can use them. I wouldn't carry any 12s. Your 18s you're fine on because you can put 2 18s, you get your 36. If you need a bigger pantry, your 24s, I think you're okay on that. You don't need, made notes. I have to double check.
But John, generally speaking, right, if we're talking about 80 kitchens, would you think you would sell about also 80 utilities going with 80 kitchens?
Not on your quick stick builds. On some of your custom stuff, you are. I don't think you can go wrong on carrying your number, but it's probably maybe 2 out of every 5 is going to buy a pantry, because a lot of times in these smaller houses, they do a built-in pantry that, it's a 2x4 frame with just the door on it.
Right. And then the height, we could also, because I saw we have, and that's probably because of Yang, he has 4 different heights, 84, 90, 94, 96.
94s get rid of. You don't need to carry 94s. All you need to do is carry your 84, 90s, and 96.
Okay, so I got that right then. All right.
And I mean, I wouldn't carry any 30s, because 2 15s make a 30, and a 30-inch. This is what I would do right now, just to see how your market is. I wouldn't carry anything but 18s and 15s. Main reason is, you could do a 24, but you could always put 2 15s together, 2 18s together, and it looks the same as getting a 30 and 36, because those are 4 doors.
That's right.
You go into 4 doors when you carry 24s. They become very small doors. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the bigger doors. So I would rather put 2 15s and put them where one opens one way, one opens the other way, and it looks like a double pantry, but it's 2 15s or 2 18s. If I was to carry something, it'd be the 15s through 24s at the most. I would hold off on the 30s and 36. I don't think you're going to sell as many of those as you're thinking. I think you're going to sell more 15s, 18s, and 24s.
Let's change that here in the numbers, John, because that would help me. If you just remove remove those first, the ones from all the way till the 30, and then we go and.
Okay, so I would carry
double the 15s, like 16 on the 15s.
Yeah, I think you'd be good on that. I don't know why he's got a 93.
I don't know why that number is in there, the 93. That's kind of.
Yeah, it needs to be a 96. That might have been a typo. Because,
okay, yeah, more like that.
let's see. And then your 18s, I'd probably do the same amount of 18s. 94s in the other way. And then on these, I probably wouldn't go more than what you got on here. I think that's fine.
Okay, because you get more 15s because it doubles up to a 30.
Right.
And that's your maximum size, okay.
You put 2 18s together and make a 36.
Yep. And that is very common, and you can use them in other spaces as well, right? Could be in a laundry room, could be in a...
You can always cut the panels down to make the shower work. I did it on 2 projects where we cut them down to like 18 inches deep instead of 24.
Because our standard always 24, right? They are always the same depth.
Your kitchens are 24 and your vanities are 21s. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a great number. I think that we can work with that, and then it's almost a one-on-one with oven cabinets, right? Because in every kitchen you're going to have at least one oven.
Most of the time, I would get rid of everything but 33s. Your oven cabinet, if you go buy ovens, it recommends a minimum of 33 inches. That gives you your ledger on each side.
Yeah.
So all your 30s, don't even carry them. None of these.
Right. Very good.
You don't need the 94, 3384. That's probably good. In fact, on your pantries, I would change let's see, that's your 36. I changed your 36. I changed those to 8. You're going to sell more. If someone wants a cheap kitchen, they're going to buy 30s. If they want a good kitchen and to make it look high end, they're going to buy 42s. 36 is if they don't have the ceiling height, but there's not a huge difference between the 36 and the 42s. So I would lean more heavier on the 42s than the 36.
When you say the 42, now you got me a little confused because
When you're dealing with wall cabinets, your uppers, there's those three sizes. You're going to have your 84, your 90, and your 96. Okay? Those your 84 goes with 30-inch cabinets. Your 90s go with 36. And then your 96s goes with 42 inches.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That's your height increments, because you have to have, when you put a countertop on, that's 36.5 inches high, okay? You need a minimum of 15, which I'm not a big fan of, to 18 inches before your upper starts.
Right.
That way you can see underneath the counter.
Yep.
So it's automatically set at 18 to 17.5 to 18 inches on that pantry. So that upper cabinet will line right up with that pantry and give you that 17.75 to 18 inches clearance.
Got it. That's how.
Remember always, 84 goes with 30s, 90s goes with 36s, and your 42s go with 96s.
That's great, because that's really critical knowledge.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So on that, I think you'd be fine just, carrying half of what you would normally carry with the other ones. Because like I said, your 84s are going to be the cheaper. Somebody just needs something to go. Your 42s are going to be, they want a little nicer look. And your 90s will be, it won't accommodate a 42, so we got to downsize it to a 36.
Got it.
Same thing on your oven cabinets. I go with 6 on the 84s, 10 on the 90s, and 10 on the 96s. I think you'd be fine on that.
Would we not need more on the oven? Because if we have 80 kitchens, would you say?
Most people, when you go to do a kitchen, most people they want in-wall ovens, but then they go and look at how much an in-wall oven costs, and they usually get a slide. So, if you want to carry, if you want to make it to match your pantries, kind of 16, I think you'd be fine, but you're going to sell more. You're not going to sell as many as you think you are.
Okay.
The appliance package for an in-wall, because when people are building or remodeling, they try to buy appliance packages that match. You go from an appliance package of like $2,500 to $3,000 to close to $4,000 to $10,000. There's that kind of difference.
Right. So John, if I look at it from a different angle, if I say we're going to get like 70, 80 kitchens out of that container, right? You could also argue, are these numbers then too high because of the oven cabinets, right?
Anytime I can put an in-wall oven, I'll do it. I think you're fine to carry 10.
Okay.
It'll not only accept the single, but you can also make it to where it accepts a double. If you want to drop it down to 8, I think you'd be okay for the time being.
Okay.
With you guys, I got 24 containers over the course of the next few months coming in. So if you see you're selling a ton of them, we can have Yang throw some more on there.
Okay, so maybe lower to 8 for this time around. Yeah, and then the next time I might, fill it up with.
If you see you need a small, little fill-in order, we can talk to Yang and get something worked out and get it on a container that's coming in with my stuff.
Got it.
All right. The 40s, anything he's got a 40 on, get rid of it.
Okay.
We don't carry 40s. you got to be careful because Yang can make any kind of cabinet, and you got to make practicality. It's got to work with the system we have here.
Yes.
Because everybody works on the increments of 3 when they're doing cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna get rid of these 40s real quick.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it. No, I'm recording this because this is,
Oh,
this is the most critical info, John, for us to understand. And not everything can be taught from the books. You know what I mean? This is right. This is experience that you learned over, and you improved over those many years. So it's basically a whole system, right? It's not just experience. It's more than that.
Right, you see what's selling and what's practical versus, there's always stuff you want to get, but will it actually sell? The chances are that the market you're going after is the mom and pop's remodels, the flyby guy that's doing a quick house up the street and he needs cabinets to buy and go. You're not going for the custom guy that's going to spend $60,000-$70,000 on cabinets.
No, you're right. Absolutely, you're right.
You've got a guy that's going to come in and hand make everything. So,
right.
Okay, so you got your 30s, 36s, and 42s. I always think you can go up a little bit on these numbers, especially since we've kind of eliminated the 40s. I would probably lean.
Maybe 12 of each or 14?
I would probably lean more of a 50, 20, 30s kind of spread.
Okay.
With my 30 being the 30s, my 50s being the 42s, and my 20 being the 36s.
So if we put that number in, right? Let's put that number in to get a sense of how that would look like. So if we did 50.
So you're basing this off on 80 kitchens. So I would say, see on 9s. Hang on just one second, sorry.
Nope.
Miss John,